Hey guys, come on in. Come on in. I'm just sharing this out now. Come on in, guys. Share this with at least the last five people that you text. Share this with the last five people that you text. Share this with at least the last five people. Gonna copy this. The last five people that you text messaged. Okay, let me put this in my group. The last five people you text, I'll text people too. The last five people that you text. The last five people that you text. And I'm sending out to the last five people I text. The last five people. Send it out to the last five people. Hey guys, come on in, come on in. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Come on in. So it's Winning Wednesday. Okay, Winning Wednesday. So remember, guys, I go live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Money Monday, Winning Wednesday, and Freedom Friday. And we talk about the things that we didn't learn in school about money, right? Because money, we already know, is very, very important. So I got my coffee. Hopefully you got your coffee. Hit the like button. Share this with the last five people that you text. My goal is 3 times a week. We're focusing on the things that we didn't learn in school. Okay, things that we did not learn in school that could have made us wealthy, that could have made us financially stable, that get us in the mindset of winning, get us in the mind frame of winning, helping us, to understand how money truly works, and how we need financial education at every level in our life. So when you guys come on, let me know where you guys are coming in from. If you guys follow me, if you're not following me, make sure you follow me on all platforms at Coach Tanisha Marie. I actually have a school app online where you guys can download the app, and I have free trainings that you guys can go through. I have ways that you guys can set up a high yield savings account, high yield checking account, set up your brokerage account if you don't have a account, so that you can start investing. Okay, like that is a way to start in investing your money. Okay, so for the last couple of weeks, we were talking about stewardship and we were talking about savings. Okay, this week, we're focused on investing, right? We're focused on, investing and, making sure that our money is growing, right? We're focused on stewardship, but we're making sure that our money is growing, right? One thing I learned as an entrepreneur, one thing I learned is that we didn't learn anything about money. We don't know anything about money. We don't know anything how money works, right? We don't understand inflation. We don't understand, right, how the government works with the interest rates. We don't understand this stuff. Hey Rose, how are you? So we don't understand, this stuff, right? So as adults, right, we got to take the time now to learn this stuff, right? And unfortunately, being that we're adults now and we got our kids to take care of, we got our jobs, we got life, we got bills. It's like we don't even take time to learn about money, learn about wealth, learn about passive income, learn about emergency savings, learn about interest rates, inflation, right? So we have to take the time, right? I was speaking to a young lady the other day, and I said to her, most adults in America are broke and broken at 55, 65 years old. Okay, meaning they don't have no money, and then they got all kind of health problems, right? They on diabetes pills or high blood pressure pills, or they got back issues, they having 10 knee surgeries, they having 10 ankle surgeries, or 10 hip surgeries, or whatever it is, right? But if you do a poll, right, the average 55, 65, 75-year old American is broke and broken. Hey Rose, I'm doing great. Can't complain, in my right mind. Woke up in my right mind, and I got some things to do today. But like I said, I'm committed to doing this Monday, Wednesday, Friday, to help us continue to think about our money. If you guys are not in my school app, make sure you guys join my school app, because my school app is where I'm active. I'm posting things that you guys need to stay abreast of, so you guys can keep your money on your mind and keep your wealth on your mind. Okay. So as adults, guys, we got to now take the time to say, I need to figure out, how am I going to be ahead every single year? Now, if all the money that you have, you had to work hard for, friends, you will never achieve freedom. You never achieve freedom. It's impossible, right? Because you got to keep trading time for money, and it's not your fault. It's the school fault. It's the school system, right? It's our parents' fault. Our parents only told us to go to work and trade the money, trade hours, for dollars. But as we get older, right? As we get older and we start to learn, like, money is very important, right? Money is a very important thing, right? Money we need every single day, from the day we're born to the day we die, and every day in between, right? We need money, right? So we really have to focus on money, right? People say, oh, money's not everything. Okay, well, have you ever been broke? Have you ever felt, you felt dead when you didn't have no money? Right? Versus when you did have money, how did you feel? Right? So people could say whatever, right? But you need money for everything, and you need money every single day. So one of the things I learned is investing. One of the things that I learned is investing. Okay. I wish I would have learned about investing my money sooner. Okay. Because here's how it works. You build yourself $1 million portfolio. Okay, you build yourself a $1 million portfolio. You could do this for your kids. You could do this for yourself. Okay, you can do this for your children. You could do it for yourself. Okay, the goal is to build a $1 million portfolio in the stock market. Okay, preferably with dividend paying stocks or ETFs. ETFs is exchange traded funds. It is simply stocks where it is multiple stocks within the stock that's paying you money, right? Every single month, every single quarter, every single year, right? So the goal is to get $1 million portfolio. Okay. Now it can be difficult depending on what age you are. If your child is 20, if your child is 10, if your child is 1, or your grandchild or your godchildren, if they're kids, it's easier, right, to do it for the kids because they have time, right? Now, if you're 55, 65, 75, 85, that time factor is not on your side anymore, right? So building a $1 million portfolio, right? And allowing that portfolio to pay you 10% to 15% every single year, right? Now, for people that don't invest, people that don't understand stocks, or people that don't understand passive income, they won't be able to wrap their minds around it. Well, congrats to you, Rose, for being retired. What did you retire from? So people can't wrap their mind around passive residual income because we were taught to just change dollars, change time for dollars, right? So passive income is a thing. You build a $1 million portfolio in the stock market that's going to pay you 10 to 15% a year over the life over the life of the stock market. Okay, this is just from my studies over the last 5 years, right? Over the life of the stock market returns have been 25%. Okay, so that means, right, you can get money. Right? You can get money. Now, of course, there's been some bad years. Some years been better than others, but average is 25%. Okay, you're not getting that in real estate. You're not getting that in your job. You're not getting that. You ain't getting no 25% raise on your job. None of that. Right? You're not getting that type of interest in a bank. Right? So this is why, right? We didn't learn about investing, right? Because investing allows us to put in ourselves in position to be rich. Okay? It puts us in the position to be rich, right? It puts us in a position to be able to have money. It puts us in a position to be able to have passive money, right? What rich people and wealthy people do, soon as the baby turned 15 days old, they putting up 10,000, 20,000, $30,000 in life insurance and in the stock market. So now when the child turned 18, right, they can have $1 million, in their portfolio, paying them out $100,000 a year. And it's indestructible money because it's going to come in whether they go to college, whether they go get a job, whether they get married, whether they leave the house, whatever. Right? So we want to set ourselves up, and we also want to set our children up, right? I started investing for my oldest daughter, who's 23, when she was 16. Now she's older. Now I've helped her to understand the importance of investing, right? I got her doing $20 a week, $30 a week, just putting it in. Like, don't even think about it. Just put it in, put it in, put it in. Because by the time you 42, sis, you literally can have $1 million portfolio, depending on how much money you put, paying you money every single month. Okay, now I got my youngest, which is 16. Now I got her investing in stock. She has a small portfolio, but of course, over time, it's going to grow, right? So we got to get into the mindset, friends, of investing, right? It is a thing, right? Investing is a thing, right? So if, again, friends, if all the money you have, you had to work hard for, you would never get no freedom, right? I don't care when you retire, right? That money is still your money that you had to work hard for, right? So we want passive residual income. And here's the four things I tell people. You want to have a savings. Now, I know with inflation, people are losing money right now because they're saving money, right? But you still need to save money so you can have some money, right? And you're not saving all of your money. You're saving some money so you can have money, right? Then you need an emergency fund, right? What can I put up every month or $25 a week in my emergency fund just in case of an emergency? How many emergencies have happened already? How many emergencies have already happened? How many emergencies in your life has already happened? How many emergencies in your children's life have already happened? How many emergencies in life, period, has already happened, right? Were you prepared, right? Were you prepared financially for that emergency, right? And if you wasn't, well, now is the time to tap in. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we here, right? Now it's time to tap in and start thinking about my money. How can I be a better steward with my money? How can I start investing my money? Right? Because that's the thing, right? Even when I go into the school, got the book. If you guys don't got the book for your grandchildren, your children, yourself, go on Amazon and get it, or you can get a signed copy on my website, right? Because the goal is to get the children to be more financially educated. Right? That's the goal, to get the children to be more financially educated so we can have more financially educated and more financially stable people as adults. Right? Again, if we would have learned about saving, emergency funds, investing, passive income, starting a business when we were in elementary school, when we were in high school, right? When we were in college, we would have more financially stable people today. We would have more financial people stable today. Like, literally, right? It's all about education and the knowledge that we got, right? I told a young lady the other day, I said, all we learned was to go to school, pass your grade, Listen to the teacher. That's all we learn. We learn some social skills, dealing with our friends, right? And then we had to go to work. Then all we learned at the job was to get ourselves there on time, make sure we there on time, make sure we do what the boss says, leave, come back, and do it again. And people do that for 40 years. So we literally have a bunch of zombies walking around. We got a bunch of zombies walking around. We got a bunch of people walking around that don't know purpose, that don't understand what their purpose is, that don't understand why they're here, that don't understand money, that don't understand how to get ahead, right? So it's up to you, right? If you're watching this live, it's up to you. Share this with the last 5 people that you text. It's up to you to start building wealth. It's up to you to start building that mindset, right? I always tell people, like, even being in business is not easy, right? I can have a $50,000 month. I can have a $5,000 month, right? I got to know how to budget that, right? I got to know how to waver. You got to know how to do this, right? Some people can't handle that because some people need a stable paycheck. But what's the point of having a stable paycheck if you're not saving your money, putting it up for the emergencies, or investing your money? A lot of people, they got their 401k, but they fall enough. The way the world is going, the way America is so expensive, everything is up. Your 401k will not be able to sustain you. You need real estate. Real estate is a way to retire, right? Stocks, bonds is a way to retire. Because the thing about 401ks, which, I always tell people this also that tells me about their 401k, is that a 401k has so many fees when it's time for you to retire, right? So let's just say you got $500,000 in your retirement. You saved that up or you invested that. Now, after all the fees that you have to pay, that's just the fees on it, not the taxes. Just the fees alone will be half of your money. So now you got 500,000. Now you got 250. You thought you had 500,000, right? But you didn't factor in all the 15 different fees that 401ks have, right? Then the taxes. Now you got to pay taxes. Taxes is taking what, 40% of that? That's another half. So your 500,000 is $150,000. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? It's insane. It's like people are being robbed right before their eyes. Right? I don't have a 401k. I have a Roth IRA. So there's a total difference, right? The Roth IRA is after tax dollars. You can add up to $7,000 a year. You can put it into whatever stock you want. I got VOO and I have some Palantir, and you just leave it in there and it grows, right? It grows. It grows tax free. So when you take it out, you ain't got to pay taxes. And if you're controlling it, you ain't got to worry about all those extra fees, right? So if you got it through your job, you got to worry about all those extra fees. You got to worry about the broker who's managing it and all that other stuff. But if you are stewarding your money and you're stewarding your money right, and you're doing it on your own, and you're getting financially educated, right? Now, you don't have to worry about 15 different fees. Now you don't have to worry that your 401k and your Roth IRA is going to be half of what you've been investing. No, right? And if you're a teenager, you can start investing for retirement. It's never too early to save for retirement. It's never too early, right? Because at some point you're going to retire, right? Unless you plan on dying young, right? It's never too early to plan for retirement. My daughter, who's 16, she had a Roth IRA at 16. That's a retirement account at 16, right? You don't have to wait until 40 to say, oh, I'm going to set up a retirement. No, you can do that now, right? But again, if we're not financially educated, we don't think that's important, right? We don't think life insurance important. We don't think, saving for retirement is important. We don't think investing is important. We don't think business is important. We don't think passive income is important, right? The world is ran by businesses. The world is ran by small businesses, right? I tell everybody that asks me for advice, that asks me for this or whatever, start you a business part-time. This is one of my businesses, right? This is one of my businesses, right? I'm an Amazon influencer, okay? I am an Amazon influencer. I've been selling on Amazon for over a decade, right? Made a lot of money on Amazon. Love Amazon. I'm an Amazon stockholder. I have stocks in Amazon. Amazon stock is growing. Amazon stock is paying me. Amazon influencer program is paying me. My Amazon book is paying me. Amazon, somebody called me. So Amazon stock is paying me. My Amazon book that sells on Amazon is paying me, right? And Amazon influencer program is paying me, right? So I tell people, get this book on Amazon and learn about the Amazon affiliate and the Amazon influencer, right? And how the influencer program works if you shop anywhere. Doesn't matter. I don't care if you 20, I don't care if you 50, I don't care if you 80. Everybody shops. That's the thing, right? Everybody. But how many of us are actually getting paid to shop? This book and this book does well online and in the schools, right? Because all the teachers, all the principals, all the parent coordinators, all the parents, everybody want to make extra money. Everybody, right? But they just don't know how to, right? So in this little thin book, you can read this sitting on the toilet. You can read it in 30 minutes, right? And then learn how to bring in an extra $100 to $500 a month. Now that's just starting, right? Because I started out making $20 a month. Then I started making $30 a month. Then I started making $80 a month. Then I started making $100. It just keeps growing every month. It just keeps growing. It just keeps growing. I know people making $100,000 a month doing this influencer program, right? And all that we're doing for the influencer program, all we're doing is reviewing products. That's it. Everything that I buy, if I buy this lip gloss, it don't have to be bought on Amazon as long as it's sold. This is Fenty Beauty, right, by Rihanna. This is sold on Amazon. So I can do a whole review, putting this on my lips, showing people how it works. And then Amazon now puts my review on this Fenty Beauty listing, okay, on the Fenty Beauty listing. And now everybody that's interested in this, and they looking at reviews, because everybody reads reviews and everybody watches reviews. Everybody I talk to, oh, do you look at reviews before you buy something, or before you go somewhere? Oh, absolutely, everybody. So this is a very lucrative part-time business. Okay, so if you want to get on Amazon, it's called The Roadmap to Becoming a Successful Amazon Seller. But if you type my name in, Tanisha Adjo, all of my books are going to come up on Amazon, right? So this is a passive residual income business, right? My daughter, who's 23, she's already an Amazon affiliate. Now I'm helping her to become an Amazon influencer. So if she continues, right? See, I give her education. It's up to her to do what she needs to do with the education. Take a screenshot of this, you guys, or you just go to my website, jointanishaMarie.com, and then my Amazon link will be there, jointanishaMarie.com. Okay, it's a lucrative passive residual income business. Okay, again, friends, Amazon is not going anywhere. Amazon is going to continue to be around. Amazon, everybody going to continue to shop on Amazon. Amazon now has the healthcare. They deliver your pills. You can call up